Good day everyone, we're here again for another AutoCAD video, but this time we will be applying arc, polygon, moving, rotating, and trimming an object, and the offset and array feature for these figures on the side today. For the first figure, we're gonna make first a circle, so type Command C, enter, just put it anywhere we like, so let's see. I'll just put it in the coordinates 50 and 170 and 20 for the radius and enter. Next, type Command L, enter, and drag the crosshair down, and I'll just make the length 50. Then drag it to the right with a length of 40. And drag it towards the circle and click when the green diamond appeared. So after that, drag it down until the midpoint is reached and press escape to close it. Next, type another Command L, enter, find the midpoint of this line and drag it to the left. So I want a length of 35 and I will drag it towards the center and press escape to cut the line. Lastly, type Command L, enter, find the endpoint of this line and drag it upwards and click it. So I'm just going to adjust this side since what I see in the figure is that it's slightly beyond this diameter area. So I'm just gonna adjust this side as well. For the second figure, what we're gonna do is to make a polygon first. So this polygon here has 6 sides, so we're gonna do that. Type Command POL for polygon and enter. 6 as the number of sides, enter, and choose the coordinates that you want. Mine is 150 and 170. This will pop out and I'll just choose circumscribe about a circle and a radius of 30, enter. Now, since it looks like this and not like in the figure given, we're gonna rotate it. Type Command RO, select this polygon as the object, enter, and pick a base point. So I'm gonna choose the midpoint of this top side to easily rotate it. And there you go. Let's just move the figure beside our first figure. Type Command M, enter, select the object you want to move, enter. So select a base point and drag to your desired position. So to start putting the circles inside the figure, I'll draw a line here first. Type Command L, enter, click this endpoint to the other endpoint and escape. So that I can use its midpoint, the midpoint of this line here, as the base point of our circle. So for the circle, type Command C, drag the crosshair to the midpoint, and make sure that the circle is close to the side of our polygon like this. To create the rest of the circles, type Command L first, click the endpoint of the top of the polygon onto the other side or to the bottom part of the polygon and press escape. This will be the base point of the array that we will do next. So type Command AR for array, click the circle, then enter. Choose polar so that the circles will be at a circular position. Then click the midpoint of this line that we did earlier and it will look like this. What we're gonna do is just edit the items here in this panel and type 3 and enter. So to erase these lines in this figure, type Command TR, enter, and select all of the object, enter, and just trim all the excess. You can do that, or you can just press the delete button on your keyboard. It works the same. For the third figure, type command POL, and since the polygon have 8 sides, type 8. And I want the coordinates 270 and 160. So enter. Select the circumscribed about circle, and the radius will be 30. So before we proceed, I'll just reposition this previous figure here, like that. So moving on, to make the third figure look like the figure here, type command RO, select the midpoint of this side as the base point, slowly rotate the figure to look like the figure, and to make sure it's straight, drag the crosshair to its previous midpoint like this, and click it. So let's just move the figure parallel to the other figure. Type command M, select the object we will move, enter, then select a base point. I'll just choose this midpoint and drag it anywhere we want. For the figure inside, type command L to make a diagonal in the center. And to make it easy to make the other lines, we will use the array. As you can see in the figure, notice that the long lines connect each corner of the polygon. So to do that, type command AR and enter. Select the line, enter, select polar, and select the midpoint of the line, this line, as a center point of our array. It will look like this after you enter. So to fix this, we must add first another line since our polygon must have 4 long diagonals. So to do that, select the items here and type 8 and enter. By that, to make those smaller lines, type command L, enter, drag the crosshair to the center, then drag it here. We will start on this side. So for the length, let's put 25, tab, and for our angle, to get the middle of this part, let's consider that the angle of this part is 45. So we will just get the half of 45 degrees, which is 22.5. That will be our angle. Just type it, 22.5, and enter. Next, we will use again the array. Type AR, enter, select this line, enter, select polar, and specify our center point, which is here in the middle, and it will look like this again. So we must edit our items, change it into 8, then enter, and press escape. The last thing for us to do is just connect these endpoints. Type command L, enter, and just click all of the endpoints of each line. Next figure is this one. First, I'm gonna create a square. So type command POL, type 4 as the sides, and 50 and 50 as the center coordinates. Select circumscribe about circle, and 20 as the radius. Next is to put diagonals here. Type command L, enter. Click this endpoint, then this one, and press escape. Create another diagonal, type command L, click this endpoint and this one, press escape. Next is to create a circle inside the square. So type command C, enter, Click the center of this square and 20 for its radius, or just drag it until this midpoint. Next, we need to create an inner circle. Type Command O, enter. This will appear and just enter. And specify a point. So I'll just put 1.5 and enter. Next is to create the small circles around each corner. So type Command C, click the corner of this square, and drag it towards the inner part of this circle. Then click. Create another inner circle for this one. So type Command O, enter, enter again. Select this circle and click this intersection. Just repeat that for the other corners. After that, delete the square and the diagonals. And now we will just trim the excess lines here. So type Command TR and select all of the little circles first. Enter. We're just gonna follow the figure and delete this one. This one. This. And this. And enter. Next, type Command TR again and click the big circle. Enter. And just trim all the excess. For the fifth figure, type Command POL, enter. 4 as the number of sides, enter. And 165 and 50 as the coordinates. So select circumscribe the about circle and 30 as the radius. Next is creating diagonals here. Type Command L and click both corners of this square and just repeat it for the other side. Next, type Command O, enter, and enter again. Click this diagonal and type 6 for its point, and just repeat it until the square is filled. After that, just trim all the excess lines to make it look like the figure. Type Command TR, enter, select the square, enter, and select the excess lines like this. So we will make another trim. So type Command TR, enter, and select these diagonals first. And enter. Then do the trimming according to the figure. And enter. Now that we are through with that, we're done with the last figures. I'll create a circle first as a base, so type Command C, Enter. I'll use the coordinates 270 and 50, Enter, and a radius of 20, Enter. Next, I'm gonna put some lines across this circle, so type L, Enter. Drag the crosshair from the top point to the bottom and press Escape. Make another line, Command L, Enter, and drag it across. Now that we have the base, the circle can be deleted. So we're gonna put lines at the end of these lines, just like the figure. Type L, Enter, drag the crosshair to the endpoints of this one, and drag it upwards. 20 as the length, Enter, and press Escape. Just repeat it on the other endpoints. Next is to apply offset to these lines. So type Command O. Select this line first and enter. Drag the crosshair to the left and 4 as the distance for all lines. Press Escape when done. Next is to make arcs with these lines here. So click Arc, and I'll use the Start Center End option. Click the endpoint here, and the center, and the last endpoint. So just repeat that for the rest of the endpoints left. So that will be all for today. We've done these figures, all of these figures using arc, polygon, moving, rotating, and joining an object, and the offset and array features. So thanks for hanging until the end of this video. Until next time.